Oh, my friends, my friends, my friends, you are in for a treat, as I am as well. And why do I say that? I intend to speak of forms changed into new entities. Accompanying this theme is often violence inflicted upon a victim whose transformation becomes part of the natural landscape. Oh yeah, these are all the books by Ovid. Starts with the creation of our solar system, our Earth, everything, and it is deep. It is exactly like a construction manual. Unbelievable. And I'm going to go through every last detail of it, and we're going to go through all of this. And he talks about everybody. All of them, Prometheus and, everybody, the whole 9 yards. Right down the line. Hercules, Midas. You want to know anybody? Talk to Ovid, and that's what we are about to do. So, before I start, I had a revelation that absolutely freaking blew my mind right completely out of my cranium. And I will show you what did that. Okay, my good friends, Ovid speaks of the landscape being made of giant creatures being transformed by the gods into the landscapes in an act of violence. This is on my property. I discovered mud fossils. This is approximately 3 feet long. It's, I believe, a thumb, tip of a thumb. And I believe it's about 30 times bigger than an average human. That's where the bone is in the back. That's where the blood supplies come in. This is the fingernail. And the fingerprints, right here, like you can see them, I'll show you what fingerprints, it's called grip skin. And these are the sweat pores, and those are the fingerprints. And I broke that off, and it comes off in a layer just like the skin on your hand. And up inside, from the arterial supply, I took out what was the arterial blood. And blood in the artery, it particulates, but it doesn't get hard like rock hard. It's a little different, the arterial blood. Anyway, I collected it myself, sent it off, and it was human DNA. A giant. There were giants in the earth in those days, and then after that there was more giants when the sons of man, when the sons of God went into the daughters of man. So now we're going to see what Hesiod has to say, and Hesiod, Ovid, Plato, all of the earliest writers, Herodotus, what did they say? I accumulated them all together and sorted it all out and said, there's giants in the earth in those days. I have giants. They all speak of giants. They all speak of dragons. They all speak of monsters, and they're all here. So now we have to deal with it. So let's deal with it. Well, let's just look at it. Let's think about it. When I say deal with it, I'm not. Everything that I am seeing supports my new belief from the evidence that I have found that there is one God who covers all of us. There can only be one in my mind, and he was upset, and he sent his son here to try to fix it, and that didn't work out right. Now, whether it worked out right because he has a special plan that appears to be the way everybody's always interpreted it, I don't know if that's right now or not. I'm looking into everything with a new set of eyes. Okay, I really didn't come here to preach. I just came here to show you what it was written in the past and what we're told to believe, and we're not allowed to believe anything else. If you start to say, oh, no, you're wrong about evolution, you will fail your courses and you will be destroyed in society for going against their opinion, which is no longer supported whatsoever. After mud fossils, it destroys them. So there's a lot of truth to these old sayings. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's look at what creation had to say. Ages of mankind, the flood, Deucalion, who was Noah, Pyrrha, who was his wife, Apollo, Daphne, Phaeton, Callistro, Mercury, all of the early gods, which really is not a true word that should be used. They should be immortals. There's only one true God, in my opinion now, and again, this is my opinion. I don't care if you take it or not. It's up to you. But I'm working off of the facts that I can see on the ground and what was written. And now I find what we are being told to believe is just absolute nonsense. And they refuse to engage in a discussion that just destroys them, which is the academia and the people that are forcing you to recite what they tell you after you pay them to teach you. It's extortion, then it's intimidation. And as far as I can see, it's fiduciary failure, because they're not teaching you how to anything good that's going to help you. They're teaching you how to avoid truth, which hopefully that won't destroy your financial future. But once everybody finds out that you're educated in nonsense, well, then you're going to have to start over. So I don't think they helped you a whole lot. I would want my money back, but let's go on from there. I'm not going to get too deep into that. So let's start going through what was written in the past, and Ovid is just mind-blowing. All right, now I do a lot of research on YouTube. They have the best stuff, really. I mean, it's fabulous what you can find. This is Metamorphosis, book 1 of 8 books, and it is unbelievable. Look at all of the different. This is the prologue, the creation, 4 ages, the giants at 1109, the flood, Deucalion, and this is only book 1. All right, now it's about an hour long, and it is excellent. I would say come up here, go through this, formulate some questions, and at some point I'd like to have a question and answer series about what mud fossils evidence can support these ancient stories. And I have a ton of evidence that supports literally everything as far as I could determine. Now, somebody else is going to have to make their own determination, but I need to be able to present the evidence to a format and a forum that is much broader than what I have been able to do so far. I have a very, very stable core of a few thousand people that are very, very dedicated to seeing truth and are interested, and then that's it. So get your friends and just tell them, say, look, just look and watch it. See if, sit down together and watch it. Say, what do you think? What is it? Does that make sense? Doesn't it? Because Ovid, I'm telling you, oh my God. And I'm going to comment on every one of the statements he makes. And literally, it's like an engineering book of how the earth was built and how the sky is created and how the sun works and how the system, I mean, it's got to be heard and listened to and thought about if you want to get into reality, if you want to stay where you are, because I'm telling you right now, if you don't know about this, you are not in reality. In my world, maybe I'm not in reality, but that's got to be something that you're going to have to determine for yourself.